Hi fellow garage golfers, Roland here with Garage Golf, where we provide extraordinary golf info for the extraordinary golfer. All you Skytrak users out there, do you hear that sound? That's the sound of a 21-day free demo from Fitness Golf that we're going to be testing out for you here today. Is Fitness Golf going to be strong enough to carry its own weight? See what I did there? Stay tuned and check it out. Okay, so welcome back. So what we're going to be doing is putting Fitness Golf through the test here today. Again, having as many avenues as we can on the simulation side here at Skytrak is going to be very important to us. So we're really excited to put this through the ringer. We'll be playing a few holes for you here today to kind of give you an idea on how the actual application works. We won't be jumping into the fitness aspect of things. We don't have the treadmill or a bike or anything set up here, but it is something that you can do if you do get this application. In between shots, you can get on a treadmill, you can get on a bike, and basically utilize exercise features as well to give you a good cardio workout in conjunction to playing golf, just as if you were walking the course outside as well. So something that's really unique, a little bit more innovative than some of the other applications. But today we're going to be testing out the golf-only aspect of Fitness Golf, because we want to make sure that that golf aspect is going to be on par with some of the other options that are out there for you. Everybody at home has access to this 21-day free demo. You should have been emailed by Skytrak. If not, I would suggest making contact with them so you can test it out for yourself at home as well. But for today, we'll be playing a few holes for you, kind of give you an idea on what Fitness Golf is all about. We're excited to do that. I'm going to walk you through a few settings on the computer screen first to let you know how to set it up for your computer at home. Because when we first set it up, there was a tiny screen. We had to kind of modify a few things for you. So we'll walk you through that on the computer, get it all set up, and we'll be playing a few holes for you guys today. All right, so let's go ahead and walk you through some of the features of Fitness Golf here before we get started. First thing you want to do when you first open up the game, it's not going to be full screen like you see here. You're going to need to go down here into options and also go into screen settings. So it shows obviously what kind of display adapter you have down here in the bottom left. And for me, I selected the windowed option. I tried full screen, but then it wouldn't allow me to change anything the way I like to. Aspect ratio, I went ahead and clicked on all. I didn't turn on anti-aliasing down here. I left that the way it was, which was none. And then on the left here, you see all the different types of screen resolution. So if you'll be wanting to check yours for your laptop or computer, go ahead and match that. I also did not turn on VSync. I feel like it looks fine the way it is. I didn't make any changes to how they had it standard. But by changing these features alone, the screen went to full size, which was nice, because when it first started off, it was maybe about a 4x4 inch screen. So obviously that's not useful, and just help fix the problem there. Okay, you can also go into the game options as well. You can select between imperial or metric, tire circumference, ball roll, friction, scalar. I didn't modify any of this stuff. Shot booster, I left it at 0. So I went ahead and left all that the way it is. Under the graphics category, you can go in there. Now, depending upon what kind of a system you have, you can go ahead and set that however you want. I believe it's set normally on balanced. I went ahead and changed mine to maximum. I have a Titan laptop. Should be able to handle pretty much the workload that this particular simulator requires. So I went ahead and changed it to maximum. If you were to change it like to minimum, you'll see the features change. I changed mine to maximum, and you'll see that reflections are turned on, different things of that nature. So basically, it's just kind of maximizing your system based upon what you select there. For me, I picked the maximum option for the graphics. You also want to go in and create your player, which I did here. It'll ask you a few questions, and then it will keep stats for you based upon how you're doing throughout the different categories. And then that's a nice feature to have. Next time you log in, you'll be able to see what you've done, how many holes in one, 0 for my entire lifetime, so that probably will never happen. But still, Albatross is the same thing. But yeah, it'll keep track of everything that you do as far as in the actual simulator, which is really cool. You could also create additional players. You could edit your player. If I go into edit player, it does say load image. I wasn't able to select a drop-down box like if you wanted your own picture or something like that, but that could just be a demo issue. So with the demo, I wasn't able to do that. Male or female, left or right-handed, you can change all that within the player category. Also, which clubs you have in your bag. So I went ahead and just selected what I had. For example, if you have a hybrid, it doesn't have that option. I noticed that. So I just kept a 4-iron. I have a 4 hybrid. Not a big deal, but you can modify that. You could actually even change the color of your golf ball, I believe. So if I were to change that, you can change different categories, and you'll see your golf ball color change, which is really cool. You can change it to different colors or features. and get an idea on what color golf ball you want, which is really neat. Keep going through the categories, go to next. It asks you how far you hit your shots. So now I don't really know what the purpose of this is, you know, obviously because it's reading it through the Skytrak, but it asks you how far you hit your driver. I didn't change it. I left it the way it was. Right now I'm not hitting my driver 250. I wish I was, but I didn't change it, and I didn't really see it adjust anything in the game itself. Obviously, like shot boosting, all that stuff, you can turn that on if you want. I prefer to keep it realistic, so I don't do that. So I just basically left these categories the way they are. And then as far as a certain type of shot, these are all the different ball cams that you can choose from, which is really nice. In the video, I'll walk you through some of them on the different shots, see what you guys like at home. The putting one, I like to leave the way it is. I don't want to modify that every time. So it's a TV style behind the pin once you putt it. But if you want something different, you can definitely change it on that as well. And then we'll go back to Update Player down here at the bottom. And that's pretty much it for the settings category. Now when you go ahead and start the game, you can select between the different options: golf, fitness only, or save game. So if you have a treadmill or something that you can connect, if you look on the fitness golf website, it'll walk you through what you need to do. You can do fitness golf, you can do fitness only, where you just run on the treadmill and you walk through, you know, it takes you throughout the course, which is a neat feature. For me, for this specific video, since I don't have any of that set up, I'm just going to select the golf option. Now, before you can get into the video, you'll need to click down here on the Skytrak Connect category and go ahead and connect your Skytrak. And if it's set up via Wi-Fi or USB, you'll click on that. I don't want to click on it for the purpose of this video, just because it does give some info out on your specific unit. But you can go down here and actually connect it. It was quite easy. If it's USB, you can connect right away. You just got to hit the connect button. So now we'll go ahead and select the golf feature here. Now with the actual demo, you actually get 3 full courses to play, which is really awesome. I'm a big fan of that. When Creative Golf came out with their demo, you actually got 1 hole that you got to play, which was ridiculous in my opinion. How are you going to get a feel for a simulator if you can't play at least 1 actual course? So Fitness Golf was kind enough to give us 3 courses to choose from. None of these are actual courses, I believe, in real life that I'm aware of, but they do have some on their website, and I'll show you a list of that here in just a minute. But there are several courses that you can choose from in the full game, which is nice. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to select Carmel Beach, and we'll go ahead and click on next. It'll ask you if you want to play all holes, if you want to play the front or back 9, and you can select through those. We're just going to play the first 3 holes for you for the purpose of this video, so we're going to go ahead and click on next. And then it will basically take you to the next tab. I'm not using any CPU players for this specific video, so I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And then for the actual tees, I don't play from the black tees in this case. I'm going to play from the blue tees, which is a little bit further up. And I'll go ahead and click on next. And then here you can change your pin placement: easy, hard, default. Change your conditions of the course: mulligans off or on, auto-complete putting off or on, and then gimmies, which I like to keep around 3 feet. Feel that's the most realistic. Anything within that you should be able to make on the simulator. Go ahead and click on next. And then lastly, weather conditions, wind conditions, and what time of day you want to play in. So there's lots of options. I like that. You can modify that however you want. And then you go ahead and click on play, and it'll go ahead and start that for us. When we come back, I'll be ready to go ahead and take our first shot, and we'll walk you through the rest of this video. Okay, so welcome to the first hole on Carmel Beach. It's a par 4, 360 yards. So throughout this video, as I take different shots, I'll be changing the camera views for you so you can see what options are available for you to cycle through. We'll be starting off with the driver, 360 yards. We'll see how the shot goes, and we'll work it from there. Alright, so that was the follow ball cam. 1 shot down. Let's see what we can do on the next shot. Alright, so we already lined up our shot on the mini map you see on the bottom right hand side of the screen. We're 160 yards away. I've changed the camera view to the traditional ball cam now. I'll be using a 5-iron. Alright, so we're on the green, but let it hit a little bit too hard, so we'll be having a long putt for a birdie. Okay, so now I'm going to take you to the green, and you can turn on the green grid, which I'll do for you now to show you how it works. And you can adjust the green grid up or down and take a look at the putt by hitting the arrow keys. So up, down, left, and right will adjust your aim. But my biggest issue with the green grid is that there's no indicators that break down to you which way that putt's going to break. So it's color coded, but I can't tell from the green personally if it's going to break left or right. Really, to be honest, the bottom right hand corner shows you if it's uphill or downhill, but other than that, I'm basically guessing as to which way this putt's going to break. So all I can really tell is that I'm 35 feet away for the putt, but again, I really don't have any idea on how this putt's going to break. So we'll see. We'll take a look at the green grid, and we'll see how the putt's going to break from there once we hit our putt. Again, I had no clue on where that putt was going. The camera style for the putt is kind of a TV style presentation, which I kind of like, which is neat. But as far as not being able to read a putt, I really don't know how to fix that at this point. Okay, there's also some other really cool features I'll show you guys. We'll take the green grid off. We'll go ahead and do a flyby. And I like this feature a lot because you get to see the entire hole as far as what you're dealing with. This is going to be a par 5. And the total yardage, I believe, is 474 yards. So we could aim over here on the right as far as where we want our shot to go. And then we'll go ahead and take our shot from there. So for this shot, I'll change it. If you go to menu down here on the bottom left, go to shot cameras. I'll now change it to a TV style destination shot so you can see. And these are all the ones that you can cycle through essentially. Let you guys get a feel for a few different cameras. Right in the bunker. All right, so now we're 293 yards away. I went ahead and changed the camera again. This one is called Snap to Lie, so it basically will take us to where the ball's going to land, I believe. We'll be using a 3 hybrid for this shot. So not a huge fan of that camera angle. We'll keep looking. Okay, so we're now 132 yards away. I'll be using a 7-iron for this shot, and I changed the camera angle to what is called hole cam, so I'm interested to see how that one looks once we hit the shot. You gotta get over this tree in front of me too. It's a really cool camera angle, I think. I wish I would have hit the green, but I'm going to keep it for the next shot. All right, so now we're heading out of the bunker again. We're 12 yards away. You can kind of get an idea from this green, at least from the angle that we're at, how it's going to break. So if you actually change it with the arrows, which I'll show you here, you can actually follow the shot to get an idea and then adjust right or left by just hitting the arrow. So I'm going to aim a little bit left. You'll see that I'm 12 yards away. The one concern I have with it is, again, really, number one, I can't necessarily determine to break all the way unless I can see it from a lower angle like this. I really don't know which way that ball's going to break. And number two, I don't know how I'm going to be penalized for using a shot out of the bunker. It doesn't tell me, So obviously, unlike real life where I'll be hitting out of real sand and can get a feel for how much I'm going to be penalized, here, they're not really giving me any indicator as far as if they're penalizing me for the shot or not, and if so, how much. So we're just going to take a normal chip shot with this, see if we get affected by it, and hopefully we'll get it close to the pin. So while I like that pin cam, I don't know if it's necessarily the most practical, but I think it looks really cool. But as far as for everyday shots, I don't think that's something we would be able to keep it at. All right, first, so everyone watching at home, I need your opinion on how I should be reading these greens. So one thing you may not know about me is that I'm actually colorblind, so I don't know if this is a green that has different colors that indicate where the break is. I don't see, again, any indicator as far as lines that are moving one direction or another to show me how the break is going. So for people like me that might be colorblind, I'm not able to read this green. I'm just guessing, unfortunately. So that's not really useful to me. That makes this sim almost unusable for the most part for somebody that won't be able to read the green. So if there's anyone out there that has actually used fitness golf before that can give me some tips on this, let me know. But so far, I'm getting a bit frustrated with that aspect of it just because I can't read the putt and which way it needs to be breaking. So visually, it looks like it's going to break left. I aimed a bit right. We're 13 feet away, so let's give it a good putt. I also don't know the stent meter or how fast the putt's going to go. Okay, so just as a reference, from where I putt to where my screen is, where the ball hit it, it's 9 feet away. That was supposed to be a 13-foot putt. I hit the screen with the ball still rolling, and yet it still didn't go very far on the actual simulator. So that also can be a bit frustrating. Again, not knowing how fast these greens are, having any indicator of that as well. Okay, so now I'm 7 feet away. We're going to give it another putt. If we get within 3 feet, that's gimme range for the game. These greens are ridiculously slow on this simulator. Okay, so we're now on the last hole that we'll be playing for you here at Carmel Beach today. It's going to be a par 4, 359 yards. We'll be using a driver, and we're going to go ahead and change the camera to the follow ball cam. I've gone through most of them now. I like the follow ball cam the most, which is just labeled as ball cam for fitness golf. So still not, my driver distance not where I want it to be, but 208 yards, and now I am 157 to the green, so we'll go ahead and move along here. So now 157 yards to the green. What do you think of the ball cam? What has been your favorite camera shot that I've shown you throughout this video? But I like the ball cam the most as far as everyday functionality of being able to use the camera. We'll be using the 6-iron again on this shot. Let's see if we can get it close to the pin. Right off the green on the left-hand side. All right, so I was right on the fringe, so what I went ahead and did was change it to putter mode because I'm going to putt right off the fringe. I'm 18 yards away. My last 2 putts came up ridiculously short, so I don't know how hard I have to hit this one. And also, again, I'm just kind of eyeballing. I'm thinking it's going to break to the right, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's see what happens. I'm thinking I'm going to have to hit this quite hard. Wow. Did y'all see how hard I hit that ball? I don't even know if it went 10 yards. How far away am I? Still 22 feet away, so I don't know if there's a setting we can change for these greens, but they're ridiculously slow. Okay, so my last putt went about 10 yards as far as I'm estimating. I'm still about 18 feet away, so I'm still going to have to hit it really hard, I guess, to try to get it there. And I'm still guessing as far as the break, so let's see what happens on it. I feel like I had to crush it with a putter. So that's a gimme for bogey. All right, so fitness golf kind of beat me up a little bit today. overall, it was not the most enjoyable experience. In all honesty, I really want to like the game. I really want to like fitness golf, and there's just a lot of things that are kind of eating away at the experience, in my opinion. So, number one, putting. I think putting is absolutely horrible in the game. You guys saw it at home. Let me know what you think. But I like the TV style presentation cam. I like a lot of aspects about it. I hate the grid lines on the green. They don't really do anything for anybody as far as giving us an accurate idea, as far as what the green's doing. It's one thing to be out, on the real golf course, and of course you're not going to see that stuff. That's fine. But when you're in a sim, you rely on that information to give you an idea on what you're doing with the putt. So without that, it's almost unplayable, in my opinion. So if that can be worked on, I think that's something that needs to be adjusted in order to enhance the experience. I like the camera angles. I actually like the gameplay and the interaction as far as where your shots go, where you hit them. I think is pretty accurate that way. Of course, we didn't try the fitness aspects of things, so that's a really cool concept. You have a treadmill, you want to jog in between shots, you want to get your cardio up, do that kind of stuff. A way to make exercising a little bit more fun. That's great. We're all about exercise. I'd love to get more exercise myself, obviously. So that's a cool concept, but it's overall the experience is quite difficult, with the putting. In my opinion, I think it needs a lot of work. It needs to be refined a bit to get it closer to some of the other products that Skytrak's offering right now as far as what's on the simulator market. So right now, I'd have to give it maybe a 5 out of 10, in all honesty, as far as an average score. I don't, at this point in time, think it's worth even the $300 at the reduced cost to buy it. It is cool that there are several other courses you can play. I went back through the menu settings. I didn't find anything in regards to changing green speed or anything, or a way to adjust the grid lines for the putting. So as of this point in time, I can only go with the information that's been provided to me. I know it's a demo, but still I'm using the demo as an indicator as to whether or not I would buy it. And at this point in time, my answer would be no. But let me know what your thoughts are. Anybody that's out there that can try the demo out, feel free to respond to us. Let us know what your experience is. And also, of course, if you have any questions for us, let us know. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us as usual. If you liked the video, please give us a big thumbs up. It really helps us out a lot. If you like some of the things that we're doing on our channel, please consider subscribing and clicking the bell notification so you can be alerted of future videos like the one that you saw here today. As always, thanks again for hanging out with us, guys, and keep on golfing.